Chris Evans, 56, humorously revisited the ordeal of breaking up with an unnamed girlfriend who took his massive tally following the split. The Virgin Radio star spoke to his co-stars earlier this month, January 18, about breakups when he opened up about the situation that spoke volumes to him about his former partner. Reading texts from a listener who had an amicable split with her boyfriend of 11 years, Chris recounted being in a similar situation. The listener explained how she and her former partner had split everything, meaning she had unfortunately had to give up the pair's television so he could take it. Amid laughs, Chris recalled, "A very similar thing happened to me once when I split up with someone. The biggest row we had when we were together was when I bought without permission a massive telly, right?" He continued, "The day we split up, that was a thing, you know. The telly was a thing. You know, I thought. It spoke volumes to me. Unfortunately, I didn't have a show to text into. By the way, that was the last I saw of the telly. That was the worst idea I'd ever had in my life, but I loved that." Meanwhile, Chris recently praised Ken Bruce for leaving the BBC, branding him Super Ken for landing a brand new radio show contract at the age of 71. The beloved radio DJ stunned his fans when he announced he will be leaving his mid-morning weekday show after 31 years. Chris, who quit BBC Radio 2 in 2019, was delighted to hear that Ken had done the same. The radio legend has revealed that he is set to join Greatest Hits Radio, and Chris was particularly impressed that Ken had signed a contract with the company aged 71. The star mentioned Ken on Virgin Radio last week whilst mocking his colleague Paul Heaton for sneezing. Here's Ken Bruce choosing to skip away from Radio 2 and his incumbency of 45 years to a brand new contract at the age of 71, he said. "And poor Paul's pulled his back just sneezing," he continued. "Super Ken, Super Ken, Super Ken Bruce," Chris then said in a sing-song way. "If you wanted a superpower, what would you have?" he asked listeners. "I just want to be Ken Bruce for a minute, see what it feels like." Brand new contract at 71, Chris explained again. "That's cool, isn't it?" Chris used to work at the BBC for many years before finally quitting 4 years ago. Zoe Ball replaced the long-standing broadcaster on Radio 2. The Chris Evans Breakfast Show airs weekdays on Virgin Radio at 6 a.m.